we have this unrealistic expectation about our life. When we transform these vague expectations into concrete actionable step and when you have a clear plan, your mind shifts from anxiety about the unknown into confidence. Life often feels like a tug of war between where we are right now and where we want to be. This tension sometimes creates stress, anxiety, and sometimes even paralysis because we know where we want to go. We know we don't want to be here, but we can't do anything because we're too stressed out. But the truth is, stress does not come because of the situation that we are in. It comes because we think too much about the situation that we are in. And it all happens because our expectation is not aligned with our reality. So when we get stressed out, we start to compare our lives with other people. We start to scroll on social media and we see how everyone else but us has a better life, they are happier, and whatever they're doing on social media, it looks so much more better on their life. But we forget that what we see on social media, those are the curated version of their lives. Those are only the good parts of their life. And because we forget about that, we have this unrealistic expectation about our life and our expectation of the ideal life. So this brings the gap between our current life and our ideal life even further because we had raised our expectations to an unrealistic level. And I think the secret to solve this problem, to close the gap, is by planning our life. When we transform these vague expectations into concrete actionable step, into something that we can actually take action, we convert anxiety into purpose. We convert these random thoughts into something that we can actually achieve. So the first goal is to start to define exactly what you want. So we have the current life and we have the ideal version of our life. Start by writing down the ideal version of your life. Be specific and realistic about your expectation and consider your current circumstances and also your current resources. And once you have that, you can then break down the path between your present reality and the desired future. Make it a manageable steps. So what I like to do is I plan my life backwards. I have the ideal version of my life in the next 3 years, and then I have the current version of my life. And then I plan backwards what I need to do in order to achieve this ideal life in the next 3 years. So I plan it again, what I need to do in the next 1 year, what I need to do in the next 6 months, what do I need to do in the next month, what do I need to do this week, and then I finally can see the path to achieve my goal in the next 3 years. And I've been doing it since 2018, and so far my plan has been achieved faster than I planned. So I think by converting my anxiety into actionable steps, it helps me to move faster. It helps me to reduce the stress that I have because of this anxiety. And it helps me to build a habit of achieving small things that accumulated into bigger things. And when you have a clear plan, your mind shifts from anxiety about the unknown into the confidence in your next steps. And you no longer feel the stress, the anxiety, the paralysis because you're no longer carrying the weight of the uncertainty. You no longer have the thought of this is too hard, this is too stressful, and so on. You no longer have this unrealistic expectation of your future because you already see it in your head, you already planned it backwards, and you know what are the next steps that you should take. So instead of being overwhelmed by the gap between our expectation of an ideal life and our reality, we're simply following a roadmap, a plan, one step at a time. It starts today, and then today becomes a week, and once you followed your habit, suddenly it has been a year since you followed the routine, and then when you look back, you realize that you've been in a better place than before, and you've been doing better, and you no longer have the anxiety and stress that you used to have. I hope you find this insightful. Remember, it's not gonna be easy, but it's not impossible.